The location scout for the show grew up in this area, and he got his Christmas tree here when he was a kid. When they were looking for a pumpkin patch and a corn maze for the Upside Down to be discovered in, we just made the most sense to scout. That was why they originally chose us, but then they built Hopper's cabin in our woods that our dad purchased in 1971.
This is Dirt and Drive, the podcast all about turning a small homestead into a real business. Everybody, welcome to Dirt and Drive. I am here with two amazing women who are operating a farm here in Powder Springs, Georgia, Sleepy Hollow Farm. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Yes.
So Chrissy and Susie, which we already cracked jokes about because I love Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And you guys have something really fun here. If you want to tell people about it and how you decided to do that.
Well, they found us.
Yeah.
We didn't, scout them out or anything. They scouted us. But so something that's really great is the location scout for the show grew up in this area, and he got his Christmas tree here when he was a kid. And we just made the most sense due to proximity. When they were looking for a pumpkin patch and a corn maze for the Upside Down to be discovered in, we just made the most sense to scout. But so that was why they originally chose us. But then they built Hopper's cabin in our woods on the original. We call it like the original 30. Like we grew up on. That our dad purchased in 1971, a new 30 acres that we've had for about 15 years. And that's, the new 30 is where the pumpkin patch and corn maze were for the show. But then the original 30 is where they built Hopper's cabin. And so that put us in Stranger Things for seasons 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So they actually filmed here on your property?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That is
So we have Hopper's cabin, and we run it now as an escape game. When they originally filmed, we already had a business called Escape Woods, which we used to have about 6 or 7 escape games in the woods where we would different themes like scary things during Halloween season. And when they were finished filming that first year, we were like, well, what do we do with the cabin? There's so many options. Do we keep it as our own personal man cave situation? Do we turn it into an Airbnb? But we already had this established business. So we were like, well, let's turn it into an escape game. And they gave us permission to do that with it, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then we do tours.
Because some people don't want to do the escape room. They just want to come by and see it and take photos.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
we give them that option too.
So you started as a Christmas tree farm?
Yes.
Okay, that was the first thing.
Yes.
Your dad started that?
Yes.
So how old were you when that started?
Yeah.
You weren't born yet? Oh.
Yeah. So Susie said 1971 is when he purchased it. And I guess he started clearing it pretty much right away. And he did it mostly on property. But he did it by himself. And my brothers helped out, as they got older. But
And he's still here?
Yeah.
Mom too.
Family?
We can't, mom is really the backbone of it all too. I know she didn't do the physical labor, but she kept everything else running.
Organized the business side of it and everything?
She helped take care of our kids and she fed us. And, she did have a very important role.
Yeah.
She might not think it, but she did. So.
But Dad was an engineer for Lockheed. So I guess people assume or think that like Christmas trees was his primary business, but that's not. So he was working full time as an engineer, and then he would work until dark before he started traveling. When we were older, he started doing a lot of consulting for the Navy and things like that. So he would travel a lot. And then our brothers rather, were old enough by that point to really pitch in more manually. I think that's why you don't see them here anymore, Well, I think as we weren't expected to work as much because we were girls.
Our husbands got roped in, but they knew what they were getting into.
When they married you?
Yeah.
It's like the true definition of a family compound almost, because you guys are you all living here? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so he started with the Christmas trees. What did he do in the beginning to kind of get people out here? Because we didn't really have the internet, and social media back then.
Newspaper. They did some interviews.
I think he did. Yeah.
There's
just
a few
with the
articles that we have copies of.
Yeah, just a local news.
Local news.
I think maybe they came out a couple times, like actually in person, and did an interview. Mostly when there was a problem, like if there was a drought or something, they would come out. But it was all word of mouth. It really was. It just started spreading, as it continued being here, because a lot of these farms are closing down because they don't have family to take over.
Yeah.
So it's dwindling. So the Christmas tree farms, there used to be many in this area. It's just us now.
You guys are the
And
last ones
yeah, in this area. Yeah.
in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's another couple of them, but they're about 30, 45 minutes away from here.
Mm.
So there's not a whole lot of choices.
Sad
And
reality of what's happening now
yeah,
with the
Mhm.
yeah,
generations and
they don't want to take over. The kids don't want to take over.
yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It's work.
And people think it's just putting a tree in the ground and walking away. And
Yeah.
it's not like that.
What is it like to actually grow a tree and have it ready for Christmas?
So, it's the initial planting. So we do that every January after we close for Christmas tree season. We start planting immediately. And this helps get the tree acclimated to this crazy Georgia weather.
Mm.
So we get it in the ground and we don't do a whole lot the first year because we want it to get a nice root system and let it get established. And then we start working on trees. So we trim them, twice a year with a big trimmer that we use. And then we have to do the tops. So we have to hand prune the tops. You have to walk through and do that. And there's
Okay.
all the mowing that has to be done in between. Otherwise, you have
Weeds.
grass everywhere. And then we do use a fungicide on our trees, and that helps keep the disease away from the Leland cypress because it does have a problem with disease.
Okay.
And if it spreads, it will wipe out your whole entire crop.
Mm.
So we do have to do the fungicide, but we don't use anything else we use fertilizer on the ground.
Right.
But that's it. We don't put a lot of we don't do the pesticides and all the other nonsense.
So it's not
So-
just a year thing. This is like you have to be planning 2 years in advance for that holiday season, or is it more?
So for a tree to reach about 6 to 7 feet, it takes around 5 to 7 years.
Wow.
And it depends on the rain, depends on the weather.
Yeah.
So some trees will grow a little quicker than others. But
How do
yeah.
you manage a business like that?
So when a tree sells, we plant one on the left and one on the right.
Okay.
So we're always putting 2 more trees in
Okay.
place of the one
Do
tree.
you dig up the stumps like the next year and do more there?
Eventually, when they rot away a little bit, but it's more if they're too fresh, they won't come out of the ground because the root
Right.
systems are deep.
Deep.
And
We
they
don't
go.
do the where you dig up the tree, the ball.
Okay.
Some farms, and I don't know of any actually in the metro Atlanta area, but some farms allow customers to dig up the root system.
So they could
But
plant it.
but so they can plant it, but that is a huge mess. I mean, think about looking at this field out here, picturing holes everywhere.
And
like
the
a
root
disaster
system
waiting to
goes out
happen.
like 2 to 3 feet this way
Could
and
potentially
down.
hurt the other trees by
Yeah.
digging it out like
You
that.
could.
Just to
Yeah.
fall into and
Yeah,
stuff.
you're
Yeah.
right.
That does sound like a
Yeah,
liability.
it sounds.
So we don't
Yeah.
we don't do that. Other places do it, like Pike,
Yeah.
but we don't do that.
Okay.
And we get calls all the time asking if we do
Asking
it,
for that.
and we're like, we don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah,
So
we
you
don't. Yeah, so we don't do it. Just cut your
Do a
own.
lot-
What else do you guys do? So Christmas trees, obviously during the holiday season, but you're a year-round place. So what are some other things that you guys do around here?
So we get a little time off. So once Christmas tree season ends, we take a little bit of a break and a breather because it's nonstop. But once March hits, it's getting the garden prepped. It's just planning. We're planning for what we need to do when it does start getting warmer.
Mm.
And then we do spring field trips and
Birthday
we have
parties.
birthday parties out here pretty much all year round, except when it's really cold. No one wants to come out here when it's really cold. So we just
The mild winters in Georgia really help,
Yeah.
keep your season longer, probably than some states up north or in the Midwest. We have, warmer winters typically, so our birthday party season can really. The only months we really don't do birthday parties are January and February.
Yeah.
I mean, we start field trips and birthday parties in March.
So what are the birthday parties like? Is it like in here? Like this is really cute, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah.
I love
No,
this.
we
It's a
haven't-
photography prop.
We haven't had a
Um,
birthday party in here.
No,
So-
it would be really cute for like tea parties.
Yeah, because you have a
Yeah.
little tea set thing
Yeah.
over there.
But no, we haven't done that yet. But we chat about it. But our birthday parties, depending on what we have going on the farm, but we have a pavilion that sits up on the hill. You probably saw it when you came in, and that is the primary birthday party location. But we also have 2 other locations in the back of the farm too, where we can do birthday parties. And then we do wagon ride around the farm. We have the animals, of course. They get to hold, feed, touch.
Interact.
Act.
Yeah, they get
Really,
the-
it's people always tell us like they're surprised by the interaction that they get with the animals during birthday parties because they expect it to just to be like a passing by, but it's really more up close and personal.
Mhm.
Uh, and then we have our farm playground, which is back by the country store area. That's a big hit, especially for the younger kids.
Yeah.
And then we have another play area up on the hill called Nature Ninja, which is like more climbing structures.
Obstacle course
Yeah, better for
type
the older
things.
kids,
Yeah.
really. More like 5 to 9.
Mhm.
And the playground back here is for all age groups, like 2. If you're
Okay.
walking,
Yeah.
you can enjoy.
Yeah.
Toddlers, that's a great.
Toddlers love that playground.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do for them
Yeah.
in that
Mhm.
area. So, yeah.
Well, it sounds like you guys are creating like an entire experience here.
Yes.
What changed from just doing the trees to actually creating an experience? Who started that? How'd that come about?
So, it was my idea, and my dad backed me up on it, and I said, "We should start doing pumpkins." And he was like, "Okay, well, you go get the pumpkins, and I'll help you, financially get through the first couple years." And because, you're buying these pumpkins, but they don't sell because you're just new starting out.
Mm.
So you kind of learn along the way that there's a little bit of a, you
A
know,
loss you have.
loss, yeah. So, but we did pumpkins over in the field over here, just laid
Actually,
out.
just right
Yeah, it
here.
was right over
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
Just pumpkins laid out on the ground,
Mhm.
and then we had dollar hay rides.
I was still working a corporate job at that point. So
Yeah,
a few years went by then of just pumpkins.
just pumpkins and hay rides, and then we did like a little few activities. And there's a little building up there. We now use it as our feed room, but it used to be our first country store, and it was just this tiny little
It was the
shed.
size.
Oh wow.
It was it's smaller than this.
Smaller than
So and so I used to have, just some candles and the jams and jellies and ciders, and
Mhm.
that was pretty much it. And that's where it started. And then we're like, we're growing out of this after a couple years. So
Yeah.
and we already had the corn maze established back here, and the playground was getting established. And we're like, we have to build a country store back here. And that's when we added it. And it's much bigger. So
Mm.
and there's
much bigger, and we've outgrown
we've
that now
grown
too.
too.
That's
So
a good problem
Yeah,
though.
it is a
is.
great
It
problem
is.
to have.
It
Great
is.
problem to have. Every year we try to add something. So,
Mhm.
our goal is really for the experience to keep growing. I don't mean we need to be like Disney World of Farms or anything, but
Mm-mm.
like we want everyone, all of our customers, especially our loyal customers, we have people who have been coming here since the very beginning and people who are now bringing their grandkids here back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In order to keep that experience going, we have to add new things. And
Yeah.
so every year we take a huge portion of what we make and we put it back into the farm. So we're really building on that ultimate experience
Yeah.
that we want people to have when they come. We want people outside. Like that's our
Mhm.
passion. Like
Yeah.
we had our outdoor escape game business, the Christmas trees, the fall, the birthday parties, now we're trying to extend our spring season with the flower fields and garden classes and things like that. We
Mhm.
want people outside. Like
Experience.
that's
Yeah.
what our biggest passion
Unfortunately,
is.
everyone's stuck looking at a screen all the time.
Yeah.
So we just want people to get away from that, get back in touch with nature. The fall season has really changed a lot, and we're very thankful for it. But Stranger Things is probably a part of it.
Yeah. Do you feel like
Adding,
that helped grow you a lot, or was it like a big
I
influx that happened like immediately afterwards, or was it kind of
kinda.
Well, if
It,
Stranger Things was not as big as it was when they first started filming here.
yeah,
It kind of,
over time.
blew up.
you weren't sure
Oh,
what it was going to be?
we didn't
No,
know what we were getting ourselves into.
no, we didn't. No.
I mean, we have people come from all over the world to see the cabin,
Yeah.
which is
Mhm.
huge. It's great, and it comes with its negatives too, though,
Yeah.
because we have trespassers and we are
Mm.
private property, and people treat us like we should be a public park, and we're
Mm.
not.
Mm.
That part's hard.
Mhm.
When people come onto your property at all hours of the day trying to
Yeah.
trespass, so that part's hard, but the benefit outweighs the negative for sure.
Yeah.
I think a lot of where the farm is today is credited to that production because it has kept people coming back. And there's always new generations, new fans of the show.
Mhm.
Like even my own children who were too young when the show first aired. I mean, they're 9 and 14 now. So now, I mean, they're really fans of the show
Mhm.
now.
So, are you both working full time here now? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I quit my corporate job probably about 10 years ago now. And then my husband quit his corporate job probably about 7 years ago.
Oh wow. So it's sustaining everybody.
Well,
My
it
husband
was.
also he worked
Yeah.
and heavy equipment, and he quit his job.
Okay.
And about 7 years ago too, I guess.
Wow.
8 years ago. But we had, I mean, to make it work and to do what we're doing out here, we needed more people.
Yeah.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck. Yeah. I was the first one who left my job from a warehouse. And
Or you're also pregnant and having a baby.
no, Jace was already born.
Yeah, that's right. Because he was born in August.
Yeah, he was born in August. And then we started it, in October. So he was a baby and I was carrying him around. So
They need the
yeah. The trees are very happy. The flowers are happy. Everything's happy.
Yeah.
We always plant the corn either right before 4th of July or right after, depending on what the weather's doing.
Right.
So we always make sure it's in the ground in the beginning of July.
You guys
So-
have doing events for 4th of July? Or you just leave
No.
that up to the cities?
No, we don't.
Around the trees?
No, yeah, and that is one of the concerns is the fireworks around the
Yeah.
Christmas trees. My dad has a fear of the catching on fire and being
Oh, yeah.
gone. And it's just not something that we particularly want to be doing. So
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, you should do Christmas lights. And it's like, do you realize how much work that is to put lights up all around the farm? Like, we don't have power to run all of it. And then most of these people putting up the lights start in October.
Yeah.
And it's like,
We can't do anything
really-
else in October. I mean,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't
Pumpkins.
we already call it the day of October because it's just one really long day. I mean, we start prepping in July.
Yeah.
If we don't get any time off until after fall season's over. And we have kids, and they have extracurriculars and it's just one really long day. Our Christmas tree season really is only about 2 weeks long now.
Yeah, we don't have a long Christmas tree season.
Just do like right after Thanksgiving.
So it's the weekend before Thanksgiving. So it's
Okay.
about 3 weeks we have a
Okay.
Christmas tree
but
season.
the 2 weeks, like right after Thanksgiving is when it really explodes.
Yeah, because
I
people are
mean,
traveling, so they don't get to come.
until
A lot of people don't get to come until after Thanksgiving.
That makes sense.
And then we get pretty busy and we sell around 800 trees from the field. So, and that's not the trees we have brought in from North Carolina because we have the Fraser firs that do not grow in Georgia.
Right.
So we
have
get
to
them.
bring them in.
We have to bring them in, but we get them from another farm that's a small family farm in North Carolina, and we bring them in and set them up in the pavilion where the birthday parties are. So
Yeah, we don't do birthday parties up there during Christmas tree season. But I mean, Christmas tree season, it's like a supply and demand thing now. It's like we're trying to plant more and more trees every year to keep up with demand. But we also only have so much space for Christmas trees because of everything else we're doing.
Yeah.
So it's hard to meet that demand right now.
the most important thing is utilize every part of your land. Like if you can do something with it, take advantage of that and use that area.
Yeah.
If it's just planting flowers, and trying to sell bouquets or, because the flowers don't need a whole lot of room. I want it to be almost like an escape
From the
from
world.
reality. Like I want people to come here and be like, not think about the woes and the nonsense out there in the real world and come here and experience the outdoors and experience the beauty and the nature all
Yeah.
around you. Open your eyes and pay attention because there's so much that you miss daily. And I do it from just working out here. Unfortunately, it becomes like you just start seeing the things you got to do. You're like, oh, got to do that. I need to do that. And you kind of start not realizing how much beauty is around you. And sometimes I got to take a step back and be like, wait a second, it's really beautiful here. And we got some really beautiful things. So, and that's what we want people to experience that. We want them to see it
Yeah.
and feel the beauty
Yeah.
of the farm. That is true. I mean, I really do feel that way. I mean, I want the farm to feel like home to people.
Yeah.
I want it to feel special to them. So, but
Was recently out of town for like 10 days visiting my in-laws. And when I came back, it's good to be home.
Yeah.
We all have our strengths, I guess. And when someone's gone, it's a bigger burden to carry
Yeah.
than you would want. And with the weather too. I mean, once we get our corn in the ground and we start planting pumpkins, we start stressing about the weather. It's like it's going to rain. Usually once we plant something important, it doesn't rain. And so that's another stress. It's just constantly looking at the weather
Yeah.
yeah,
And-
we do that all the time.
and not knowing.
And my husband
Gonna
has like
happen.
4 different types of apps.
Yeah.
So
And they're all wrong.
I'm not even going to pay
Yeah.
attention anymore. It's going to do what it's going to do and hope, if it doesn't rain, then at least we got irrigation. So we're not left, totally without it. without water.
Right.
So we are lucky we have irrigation for our garden, and we do have irrigation for our corn maze if we need it. So, but we prefer rain.
Yes.
Yeah. Irrigation's a pain to have to set up and deal with.
And it just doesn't water as good.
The well, it can only do so much.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, we have city water for the animals. So we still have a hefty water bill.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have all those animals to water and they all get fresh
Have you
water
thought about
every
adding
day.
more wells or
Talked about
we have
it,
talked about
they're
it.
but
expensive?
drilling a well is, very expensive.
a
We
lot
have
of-
talked about it, and we just re-drilled a well back here.
It wasn't
So
it wasn't pumping the water like it was supposed to.
Mm.
And so we had to get it re-drilled.
yeah,
Mhm.
but it's working great now.
Are there other things that are like kind of difficult to manage? Every year you're like, why are we dealing with this still?
Well, the watering, I think, is probably one of our biggest pains if we don't have the rain.
The weather's bad. The
Yeah.
soil is a pain.
Yeah,
The
because of the
way
clay.
that we grew up on this original 30 acres, but it all slopes down here. So when we get big rains like this, we get a lot of runoff. And so all the good soil kind of just like washes away. Like our garden is all raised beds. So we bring in a lot of soil for our garden. So that, the raised beds help, but we can't put a raised bed around the corn maze,
Yeah.
Too bad. That'd be nice.
You were talking about experience, like you want to create experiences
Yeah,
for people. What's your motivation behind that? Like, what is that just something that's always been in you or?
I guess it has. She always says I'm the creative one of the family. So the greenhouse, even though I saw it on something else, I was like, I want to copy that. So, but
Yeah.
it's just the whimsical, like just creating whimsical places for people to escape and not think about the nonsense that's going on in the world.
Mm.
And because it bogs people down like really bad. And I know people who are bogged down by the political nonsense in the world. I want people to come here and they won't have to think about it.
Get away from it.
Get away from it. Like, look at the beauty around you, the nature. There's a lot. There's bugs, there's butterflies, there's just critters everywhere. So, I mean, there's lots to look at. Get away from the nonsense. Look at the beauty. That's what I think is important. And that's what we're trying to create. And that's why we do the flowers, because it brings in thousands of butterflies.
Yeah.
And it is
It's really
just
cool.
It's amazing to just stand there and you're like, I never knew this many butterflies existed.
Yeah.
Because the zinnias just attract them.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere, flying everywhere.
Staring
I would just
at-
get caught up just staring at them because they're so pretty.
Yeah.
So we want people to come out and to
See that and
see
experience that. That's beautiful. And
Yeah.
so many butterflies, the monarchs are endangered too. So you
Right.
guys are actually doing something to help preserve. And I started planting zinnias last year
Yeah.
and we had butterflies like crazy too.
Isn't
And I saw monarchs too. And I was like, I can't believe, and they're so easy to grow too. The zinnias,
Yeah,
like
Yes.
they're like weeds. They just want to grow. And like, I was like, this is amazing. I'm doing something and I just tossed the seeds out.
Yeah.
They're very, I tell people all the time, you should grow zinnias. I'm like,
Yeah.
grow zinnias are easy.
And beautiful. And you
And-
can cut them and then they keep growing more.
Right.
And
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. But so I used to do sunflowers and I don't do sunflowers anymore.
deer
Because the
destroy them.
deer
yeah.
love to eat the tops of all my sunflowers
Yeah.
off.
They hate
So
zinnias.
they don't like zinnias because
Yeah.
it's deer resistant. So that's why I switched over to them. And I know some people were disappointed that we don't do the sunflowers anymore, but this is better for us.
Sunflower only blooms for like 10 days.
Maybe.
The zinnia will be, the new blooms will come until the first frost, which is, fingers crossed, end of October. And that's a long time for us to keep the pollinators
Happy and
coming back.
I think that's a good lesson just for life in general is like, sometimes you want to do things that you think, oh, that's what people want me to do or I should do because that's what's expected.
Right.
And then the reality is very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It applies
I
to
mean, it
everything.
applies to
Everything we've done. We always were trying to people please and do everything what everyone else wanted us to do.
Yeah.
And finally, we just started doing what we thought was best for
Yeah.
us. We're going to do what's best for our family
Yeah.
and what's easily manageable because some stuff isn't easy
Yeah.
to deal with out here. And
Like growing pumpkins.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Gosh.
growing pumpkins in Georgia is
Difficult.
really hard. It's not ideal conditions. The weather, the soil, all of the above. It's not
Yeah.
ideal. UGA has developed some varieties, heat resistant. One of them's called the Bulldog, and that's
Of
great,
course.
and it grows really well here. But it's not the type of pumpkin people are used to seeing.
it's
Mm.
too.
It's not a jack o' lantern.
Yeah, it's not a
It's
jack-o'-lantern.
not. the color's different, the shapes are different, the
Mm.
texture's different. It's not what you buy at Walmart. So it's
Yeah.
not what people are used to seeing.
Mm.
People want us to grow pumpkins.
They want what they're expecting, though.
They
Yeah.
want they want to see the pumpkins on the vine, but then they don't buy them
Mm.
because it's not what they expect to see.
Yeah.
So that's hard. I mean, we
Mhm.
spend a lot of time growing pumpkins because people want to see the vines, but then the money's not, the return's not there. And most of what we sell pumpkin wise is shipped in. And because we do need to still sell pumpkins, we have to ship them in,
Yeah.
and that's not ideal.
So that part's hard, you know. 'Cause
Sometimes you just have to do it that way,
yeah,
though. I
and
mean,
Yeah.
and they're North Georgia, different. The soil's different, so they can grow pumpkins up in North Georgia because they have the mountains.
Well, you're
Farm.
A
It's
family farm.
And we do make sure pretty much everything that we purchase for the farm comes from
from another family
another
farm.
small business.
Yeah.
I mean, we are huge on that for
Yeah.
sure.
Finding that most homesteaders, farmers are that way because, like, you're in the dirt, you're grinding
Yeah.
and you're working and you see what it takes to actually build something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you spend your money, what do you want to do? You want to support somebody else that you know
Yes.
is doing the same thing you're doing.
Completely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are big. We're big on that. Of course, we still have to purchase things from big box stores.
course.
I mean, we're human.
The reality.
Yeah.
of it. Well, it's just the
So,
reality. You
Yeah.
can't do all of it.
but we try to support local.
Yeah,
as
just
much
like
as-
the animal feed we buy from Turner Feed, just down the road, family-owned business.
Yeah.
And we've been buying the feed from the very beginning when we started getting animals from them.
Yeah.
And I went and like people are like, "Oh, you don't go to Tractor Supply?" I'm like, "No, I go to Turner because
Mhm.
it's a
Yeah.
family-owned place.
Yeah.
I'd rather buy from them."
But I'd rather spend a little more and buy local than.
For sure.
I mean, Tractor Supply comes in handy for certain things. I'm not I'm not knocking Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
Their overalls. Have you seen their overalls?
We like Duluth trading.
We like
Yes.
Duluth
Their
Yeah.
overalls are so cute. Seeing the patterns though, and I'm like,
So
But-
cute. They're 100% worth it, by the way, if you haven't bought them.
I haven't yet, but I've seen.
Yeah.
They're like in my shopping cart.
You know, like when they go on sale, snag
Yeah,
them because
really?
they are great quality
Okay.
and they hold it really
They last
nicely.
forever.
And yeah, they're our favorite.
They
So
last
That's
forever.
awesome.
I have some for every season.
Do you?
Yeah.
They get because they make fleece ones, like they feel like
Oh.
hoodies,
Mhm.
and
For
they're-
winter when it's cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
they're awesome.
Your story is amazing. Just your dad starting it and now it's you and it's absolutely incredible. If you could share like one piece of advice for anybody wanting to start this, you guys were talking about the generation thing is like
Mhm.
a lot of kids are not wanting to take over the land for their parents.
No.
But now we're actually seeing like some of the next generation is wanting to, but now it's gone. So like, so
Mhm.
my husband and I, we had to like scrounge and work and everything just to buy some property
Right.
2 years ago. And it's sad because his grandparents actually had a farm in Michigan and it all got
Mhm.
sold off and he didn't get any of it. And it's
I
like,
hear that.
so like
more
we're
than I
starting
like.
over from scratch and they
Mhm.
sold it for like
Oh, I'm
it was
sure.
horrible.
Oh.
Bad situation.
That's
but,
heartbreaking.
but like we're wanting to bring it back,
Yeah.
So we had to fight. So what would be like a piece of advice for somebody, wanting to get into this?
Don't give up. It's gonna be hard at first. There's so many times.
It's
So
It's
many
not just hard at
times.
first.
Yeah.
It's hard all the
Well, it's
time.
hard
Yeah.
all the time, but it gets easier as you can, like, when
So-
you continue doing it, you're like, oh, this isn't as hard as it originally was because we understand it better. There's many times we wanted to give up, many times.
Yeah.
And it's, luckily the past 4 years, it's been a little bit easier in some aspects.
Mhm.
In some ways, there's still a lot of difficulties, but in a lot of areas of the farm, it's easier to manage. So,
And don't let people get to you.
yeah.
Like
Mhm.
when you're dealing with the general public, there's always going to be people who try to knock you down.
Yeah. A lot of negativities.
I'm guilty as the next person. I mean, it keeps me up at night. The smallest comment on a social media post can
Oh.
keep me awake.
People are brutal.
As a small family business who, we're trying to keep our dad's dream alive.
Mhm.
Essentially, he's 80 now. He can't do this anymore. And I think it makes him really happy to see
Yeah.
what he worked so hard for still going. He has lost a lot of friends in the last few years, a lot of really close friends, but I have overheard him saying, you won't believe what the girls are doing now.
Yeah, he does brag
You won't,
He's proud of
you
you.
won't
Yeah.
believe what I mean, I have overheard those conversations and it makes me really proud because we watched him work his tail off,
Mhm.
and to keep this going for our kids, or even though right now they say they're not going to do this,
See,
but they're
you're
teenagers.
potentially facing that kind of future too. Does that
Yeah.
scare you?
Oh, it's
Possibly.
terrifying.
Yeah.
That all this work might just
Gosh, no,
Yeah.
it's terrifying.
Yeah.
To think about that, to think about how one day it could be gone, that's
Yeah, it's
gut-wrenching to
scary.
think
I
about.
try not to think
Yeah.
honestly, I'm like, I'm not gonna think.
We each have 2 kids. So there's hope, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, when I was a
Um
teenager, I didn't think I was gonna come back
Oh,
and do
never,
this.
never.
So
I mean, if you told, like, Susie 10 years ago that she was going to be doing this full time, or people that I went to high school with that know now what I'm doing,
Mm.
they're shocked by
mhm.
that. I mean, I was not the outdoorsy type, and I mean, I played sports, but like
Yeah.
this is eye opening.
What changed it for you? What made you
I think
decide?
it's that family desire
Yeah.
to keep it going for the love of the land,
Yeah.
just to have something to hold on to
Mm.
that's not.
I didn't want all my dad's hard work go to waste.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, he did all that on his own mostly, and then my brothers helped too. They were a huge help, but you know, all that work and then just give it up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I just didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
And we think
So
about it. I mean, it's not all rainbows and butterflies, like it can really knock us down, especially in the fall season when we are sleep deprived and have to deal with the general public, and you have to put a smile on your face. And, we're out here grinding. It's not, a lot of farms most of them bigger than us are, they hire everybody,
Mhm.
they're customer facing people are
Mm.
not the owners.
Not the
Mm.
family.
Yeah, and we're customer facing. I mean, we deal directly with customers all day, and we're the ones doing the field trips. We're the ones that have kids who have never seen a farm animal before asking us
Mhm.
questions. That's
Is that
um
by design how you want it to be?
Yeah,
yeah,
I want to stay involved. And if one day, I mean, it'd be great one day that, we can hire more people and take a little bit of a step back, but we're always going to be involved.
Yeah.
mhm.
So
I think we're too controlling.
a little bit, but it means a lot when the person who is running it is helping out.
Yeah.
I think it makes a difference,
I think so.
So,
And people, I
and
think, like chatting with us. When people come to see Hopper's Cabin for Stranger Things, we're the ones doing the tours and not our staff.
Mm.
We have so much like passion behind it.
Yeah.
And I think that goes a long
people realize
way.
that.
Well, it's so
Yeah.
rare
So,
though nowadays. It's so rare to see
mhm.
a family like legitimately involved in something like
Yeah.
this.
Right.
You guys are like a diamond in the in the middle of Paulding County,
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And we try to get our kids involved, and hopefully without too much angst, they'll come out and they do love the fall season. They love customers. They love it when people are here.
Yeah.
Especially my kids, they'll be like, "Are there customers there?" This is a year-round business, right? Like we don't just operate when there are people here. There's work to be done in between that, but they love, helping kids hold the bunnies or selling animal feed.
Mm.
My 14-year-old this past fall learned to make balloon animals, but he could only make two things: swords and dogs.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So you would see kids running around the farm with these balloon animals that he
Mhm.
would make. They get involved,
Mhm.
but we hope that it's at least something that they can come home to, even if they decide to go off and have. I mean, we had jobs. I, I call them real jobs, even though this is a real job.
This is way more than a real job, I
This
think.
is a real job.
This is
Like,
life.
this is more than a job.
Yeah.
This is a lifestyle, and it's nonstop. It's sleepless nights. It's stressful, but it's so rewarding.
Mhm.
And I was telling a family that yesterday that came by they were asking a bunch of questions about how the farm got started, and I love talking about it.
Mhm.
It's so unique. I mean, the fact that this farm has been here since the early 70s, and it's still going, and it's still productive, and it's and people that live down the road are still discovering it.
Yeah.
That
Like
is
me.
that's wild to me. I mean, we've been here for so long. We still have first timers,
Yeah.
which it's fun. It's fun to share a piece of something that you're so proud of.
Yeah.
Mm.
I agree. It is. It's nice to tell people about it.
Yeah.
So,
Share your story.
yeah. Because, you don't hear it very often. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's rare.
Yeah.
So,
And even if somebody has something, it's like, I don't know, everybody's so checked out these days, just on their phones, like you were saying.
oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, but the fact that you guys are creating an experience where people can get away from that is a beautiful thing.
And
Absolutely
it's too
beautiful.
bad my husband is running Hopper's Cabin right now because he is another one who's very passionate about getting kids off screens.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to design our escape games when we had Escape Woods, but we don't really have Escape Woods. The business is not operating, but we're still running games under Sleepy Hollow Farm. This weekend is opening another escape game in the woods.
Okay.
It's called Beat the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
And he developed an escape game, but it includes misting fans, so you get a little wet.
You get
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he's very passionate about getting kids. And our kids are farm kids and they're very feral, but they still love a screen. And it's frustrating because you're like your own child.
Yeah.
You're like, look around you, child. Like
Yeah.
you have so much to do and discover. And
We're noticing that with our own kids once we got on the property. Like when I walk around, I'm just like, I'm just so grateful
right.
that we're there. And the
Yeah.
kids are just inside on their screens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Really?
I know.
Yeah.
We did all of that.
I know. I hope as they get older, they realize
I hope so.
they
I hope so for you too.
are grateful for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, the fear of like it not continuing with our family is scary. So
When we were growing up, like this was our norm.
Yeah.
Like being on a Christmas tree farm, this is the only thing we have in common with Taylor Swift, by the way. Just having a piece of this land, this is our norm. So I feel like our kids,
Yeah.
like this is their norm.
Hmm.
They don't know. I mean, they go to friends' houses with neighborhoods and they think it's so great because they got to ride their bike down a paved street, like it's
there's no pavement out here.
paved roads here.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think once they're older and they see more of the world, that they realize what like a special place this is. And just like we did.
Yeah.
I mean, we went off to college and came back. And
Well, I'm believing it and claiming it for you now.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, and maybe they'll listen to this and feel some kind of
Maybe.
expectation.
We do have hope in Ariana. She's 7.
Yeah.
So she's
Maybe
only,
share it with them in like 10 years.
We're like, let's leave it to the girl.
maybe she says she's gonna take over one day.
Yeah.
But she's 7. So.
Yeah. She also thinks she also wants to be the first woman on the moon.
Ooh.
So
she has big goals.
She has big goals.
might happen with everything that's going on with what's going on right now.
It's possible. I told her
you
that.
still run this farm and be
Do they need a gardener on the moon?
Yeah.
I don't know.
she can. If anybody can do it, she can.
But yeah.
Beautiful.
So.
Well, so this has been an incredible interview. I'm so grateful that you let me come out here and just like as a stranger, you didn't even really know me.
No,
so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I ask everyone the same question at the end of every episode. What is your dirty little secret for keeping all of this going?
Our dirty little secret?
Dirty little secret. I don't know if we have very many secrets. We're we're open books, which is good and bad. Well, I think to be very forgiving, not just of yourself, but of your family. I mean, working with family is so hard. And I think, just being forgiving.
Being forgiving.
When you make a mistake,
I
be
agree.
forgiving of yourself,
Mhm.
but also the people that you love the most.
And who are out
doing this
here.
with you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a group effort. We all have our strengths and we're all going to make mistakes.
Yeah, and that could be hard because sometimes mistakes are pretty disastrous too. When you're dealing with animals and land and people and
Yes.
yeah.
We could have a whole episode of mistakes.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we will come back.
Sleepy Hollow.
Yes.
Well, how can people find you guys and how can people actually get to the property? Like how do they reserve or how does that work?
Gosh. Okay. Well, it's confusing and it depends. But if you want to come see Hopper's Cabin from Stranger Things, it's escapewoods.com still to make reservations because we haven't switched everything over to Sleepy Hollow's website.
Will it
So
eventually
that's
switch over
still-
there? Eventually?
It's been doing a lot of work on the website. Anyway, so that's for Hopper's Cabin. If you want to visit the farm, we are having another open farm day in a couple of weeks.
I'm doing another garden and gather. So I'm
Ooh.
like kind of teaching them the basics of
Yeah.
gardening. And we also have like little mocktails.
Fun.
We serve those. And then we go to the garden, we talk about the garden, and then they get to go pick flowers.
So what's your Facebook page?
Most thing.
Sleepy Hollow Christmas Tree Farm.
Okay, gotcha. I'll link it in the show.
Yeah.
So we
Sure.
never
Yeah.
changed it because that's how we start Christmas.
That's
tree
how you
farm.
Instagram is Sleepy
Or
Hollow _ farm.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Or-
We
Heck,
have social media.
But you know
no,
what?
we're
You guys are
not.
working here and it's
Yeah.
paying the bills. And
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah,
You
It
just have to
doesn't.
keep going.
We need to be better at TikTok.
Oh,
We
yeah, we
need
do.
We can
Yeah.
film some fun videos if you want. I got ideas.
I just,
I'm game.
You are?
yeah.
Awesome.
We always talk about, oh, we should do this, and
Yeah.
then
We
we
have
don't.
so many photos and videos on our phones.
Yeah.
And
Start posting.
we have
Yeah.
probably some really great footage.
Oh, yeah.
I always say that we should have some behind the scenes stuff of us, but it would
Mhm.
be embarrassing.
So let me
Um,
share the one thing that I have really learned, and this is me personally just working at this because I started last September posting 3 times a day. I learned that I had to start seeing content as not as like, oh, I've got to create something, but as like I'm documenting the daily.
Okay.
So you say you have a lot of footage,
Mm.
start posting it. Like
Yeah.
that's like people love this. Like if I show 15 seconds of my husband doing something ridiculous in the yard, like it does better than when I make a silly TikTok.
Yeah.
So I mean, people want real, and you guys
Yeah.
are creating an experience here. Take
Mhm.
that experience and just show the reality of it online, and I
Yeah.
think you'll have gold.
I'm a little shy when it comes to that
So
kind
what
of stuff,
platform
so.
do you think would be best?
I would definitely stick with
saved your life.
Facebook for sure. Top platforms for me are TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, but I take Instagram and I post it to Facebook from
Right,
there.
right.
So
Yeah.
it's just like
That's
one.
We
what-
have it.
Yeah,
we
do
have it
that.
linked
We do
too,
have it
so.
linked.
And then I do YouTube because YouTube
We
is
don't do
searchable.
YouTube.
I would get on there ASAP because with
Mhm.
everything going on with AI and the bots are finding their information from YouTube and
Mm.
Google. So when people are
Mm.
starting to search with their chatbots, they're not searching with Google
Yes.
anymore.
Yes.
So the chatbots
Mm.
are viewing the content on YouTube in
Oh.
order to give you. So if people say, "Is there a Christmas tree farm near me?" You want to come up in that search. So
Yes.
if you start posting your videos and make the titles like make sure they're all kind of related to your farm, then the bots are going to see, "Oh, this farm's here. This one's active." Oh,
Okay.
and being featured
Mm.
on podcasts and other people's channels will help you with that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yeah.
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 that's just
We-
stuff I've learned
We do
recently.
need,
need some-
we need to be better about this.
Or we need somebody who is younger and tech savvy.
Well, if you ever have any questions, shoot them over me. I mean, I've had to throw myself into this because we got into the property and like we had to save it. Like it was immediately we like got almost faced with a disaster. So it's
Yeah,
like
you can start filming your
yeah.
husband doing farm chores. Like
There
she
you go.
films her husband doing farm
Yeah.
chores.
People
Your
love seeing the
would-
husband.
uh,
They love
and
seeing the
yours is
husband.
and yours is good looking.
Ooh, they will really love that.
Yeah.
They're calling mine the spicy meatball. And every
Meatball.
time he's in a video, all these thirsty women start commenting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I love y'all, by the way. I'm
People
not
would
saying anything.
be talking about dirty little secrets. I always say that
No.
her husband, his name's Jeremy.
Mm.
We could do TikToks like Jeremy and Jammies.
Mhm.
Like chopping wood or like doing
Do it.
farm chores.
Do it all.
But the
Mm.
Jamies that have the little flap in the back, like the long john.
The long john ones. You can't do that in the summer.
Little, yeah, especially today.
Maybe they make a sleeveless version.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's always joking about that. It makes my
Yeah.
husband uncomfortable. But
Yes. That's my goal. Just make it.
Tell you another thing is the thing that helped me get better was I had that rule for myself 3 times a day. When you have a rule for yourself of 3 times a day and you're following it, you very quickly stop overthinking it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, cause you can't, like, I mean, I don't have time. So it's like, I
Right.
just pull my phone, I start recording. And then when it's time to post something, I'll go back and see what I have. And then I'll put something up.
Mhm.
That's-
Yeah.
And you don't have to make it cute into music and all that stuff.
No.
You just use original audio.
So I do pay for a licensing with I can send it to you. There's where I use the audios because I make money off of Facebook now. Because once
Yeah.
you get big enough, like they'll offer you to make money on Facebook.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you're using like music that's not yours,
Yeah.
then those people take the money.
Right.
So I had to start paying for royalty-free music to use in my videos.
Uh-huh.
So it's like a monthly. It's like $10, and
Uh-huh.
they give me all this music I can use on my videos. So,
Okay. We'll have
Yeah.
to-
but
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about that until they start offering you to make money online.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
we
you
actually
guys should be.
Yeah, well, we have to put our tax information in. It said we had to do that.
Oh, you need to start doing that. That would so. I mean, that's another
What?
avenue of revenue to
It
support
asked
the
us for
farm.
tax
We have to put like a U9 in or something, or
It's officially Facebook. It's not random email, right?
no,
There's a lot of
it's no,
scammy
it's on
emails.
our actual page.
Okay.
Maybe your user ID.
I mean, I
is-
did create
is
it.
starting to make money.
Could be. So there's another
think,
farm
like,
that's
2
out in
cents.
Carrollton, and we met them at a farmer's market recently. They just started posting stuff like they post 3 times a day. They put up in the morning. That's all. They put all 3 videos up, and
Okay.
they don't even do like throughout the day. They are now up to making $3,000 a month and they just started like 4 months ago.
We could really use that money.
Start posting.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
telling
I'm
you.
telling you, you don't
And
want
they
to.
don't
now it's
even
not there.
edit. They just post 15 seconds of them going out and feeding the goats. Like that's it. That's all they do. That's all they do. Chrissy,
just
wake
one-
up. No, you guys
Yeah.
should totally be adding that revenue.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with YouTube. Once you get to a certain point in YouTube, YouTube will pay you as well.
We do need to do
If
that.
it's the same
We-
video, I just put it up everywhere. I don't do different videos on
Yeah.
different platforms. I mean, I
You
do.
don't
No,
be like, okay, I already.
Do you
posted
create
this
it
one on-
initially on an app on your
I
phone?
use CapCut to edit,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and then I'll go post it everywhere.
Okay.
And
I
sometimes I edit in TikTok because I just used to it, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was doing when I was posting.
A lot of people just edit in TikTok and then
Yeah.
they
'Cause
it saves
Because
in
I
your
It saves
phone.
to your
edit in
phone.
Yeah.
But then when I post to TikTok, it deletes the CapCut
Okay.
if you post to TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I think I typically do.
Yeah.
But I feel really old when I'm doing it.
Yeah, just start posting videos of animals. I mean, even if that's all you do.
Just-
You're working and doing so much. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, one more thing I got to do. you know?
Yeah, it is like that.
It
It's like
does feel
it
that way.
almost feels like a chore
Yeah.
to do. And I need to stop thinking of it that way. And I was doing good for a while. I was posting stuff, and then it started feeling like a chore again.
Well,
So-
I would just start like filming like throughout the day. And you guys say you have all this footage in the morning, like find a time, post the 3 videos like those other people do. Just post it all at once. And then you don't have to think about the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just be done.
Yeah.
I've
Me-
tried to do that. I'm not good at having 3 things ready in the morning.
No,
I'm not
I'm
a
just-
morning person.
I'm just like on the fly. Sometimes I'll just film something and
I
then
was
post it.
preserving
Mhm.
vegetables from the garden at 7 a.m.
Should be filming that stuff.
You should be
Yeah.
filming
Oh, people
it.
love seeing you preserving and canning, and they
We
love
need to
all
get a
that
little
stuff.
thing to film ourselves for times like that when you're at home, or get William to come help you hold hold the phone. Yeah, that was my idea.
You guys have so much gold here. You really do for content. Like, I mean, it could blow you
I'm
up.
scared of
so
people seeing our crazy.
I've
Uh-huh.
always been told that we could have a reality show.
Then you need to be doing this. So if you post 3 times a day, you'll get over it. Because that's how I was in the beginning. I was like, I'm afraid people are going to see my crazy, my wild, I say stupid things. Like I stumble over my words, and
Yeah.
it just like people love it when I mess up. They
Yeah.
love that I include it because nobody online's doing that. They're all
Yeah.
showing the perfect.
Yeah.
So the
The
people who aren't,
real. People like the real.
they do.
Yeah.
I like the
Nobody wants to
real.
show it because we all have egos. You know, we're
Mhm.
people,
Yeah.
we're human. I mean, I do too. And it's like when I just got to the point where I was like, I'm going to post it. It doesn't look good, but whatever. And
Mhm.
that's the video that does well. So
Yeah.
I just learned to just show it all.
I also get scared of posting stuff like of the animals because I'm afraid someone's like, "Oh, you're torturing your animals," or you shouldn't be doing it. Like, the hate towards that,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't know anything about animals,
Well,
and they're just leading.
I'll give you a little secret. You get in that Facebook thing, every negative comment you're going to get paid for.
Oh, that's true.
So
was
now
like,
when I
yeah.
get negative comments, I'm like, thanks for the money. Like, thanks for helping our mortgage. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
That's
right.
true.
That's
That is true. So like the negativity can also help you. So
I've come to see it. I had a mindset shift. I don't know how it happened, but I started feeling sorry for these people.
Mm.
It's like you
Mm.
took time out of your day to comment something mean or negative on a person on the internet you don't even know.
Right.
yeah,
I feel bad for you. Like,
Mhm.
what is your life like
yeah,
to do
That's
that? Like, because
true.
I would
Yeah.
never do something
Yeah.
like
You
that.
say to your kids. you know?
yeah, yeah. That's
so,
scary. It is
so
scary.
I stopped seeing
Mhm.
it as like an attack on me and like it making me feel bad. And I just honestly started feeling bad for him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, if your life is that bad, like I feel bad for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sorry.
true. No, you're right. You're 100% right
Yeah.
about that. But it's still scary.
Good quality people don't do that. You know,
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
So,
they don't. Yeah, I've never.
People who are
And that's why I think another reason why I try to comment positive things
Yeah.
and posts. Like I do try to do that because,
because you're a good person.
well, I mean, yes, but also,
Yeah.
also I try to just make sure they know that there are positive
Yeah,
people.
there's so much
Mhm.
Because,
negativity.
yeah.
I don't want to add to it, you
Right.
know? That's why
Yeah.
I want to do this. Like, this is
No,
just
you-
like such a
I-
positive thing. Like,
Yeah, I think
to
it's
you,
great that
and
you're doing this and
Thank
going
you.
around. And I watched your videos when you're at the farmers market and talking to other farmers
Yeah.
market people. I think that's amazing
Thank you.
because people don't think about your neighbor. Like a lot of people are concerned about themselves and
Yeah.
making money for themselves, but you're going over there and you're like, hey, what do you do?
Yeah.
And you're helping.
I
amp
think
them
they
up
there's
and-
so many amazing people. And like,
yeah,
I just want to know what they do.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
I-
the fun thing about farmers markets too. More involved in farmers markets. I
Mhm.
used to love just chatting with the other vendors.
yeah. We used to always go.
They
Yes.
talk
have
the whole
so much
time.
insight
Yeah.
about life and
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
experience.
And they're all
and-
hustlers.
Yeah.
If you're
Mhm.
working a farmer's market,
Oh my gosh.
like you
Mhm.
are,
Especially in the middle of the summer.
and
Mhm.
I think about, because we used to try to sell produce at farmers markets,
Mhm.
and it is so much work, and very little return in our experience.
Yeah.
And so we started selling it straight from the farm. I just really enjoyed meeting the people and
That was nice
and
talking to
and it
people.
was just eye-opening because so many of these people are just really putting in the work
Yeah.
and
They're working hard.
not really getting recognized for that work.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
People don't realize unless they do it. They just
Yeah,
don't
they
know
don't-
what
they
it
don't-
is.
No.
I didn't know.
No.
Yeah.
People, that's one of my favorite things about or favorite conversations to have is when people say, "Oh my gosh, like you're so lucky. This is so amazing. I would love to do this. I want to do this one day." And I'll give them the real,
Yeah.
like I'm like, "That's great."
Yeah.
I think it's great that you want to grow your own food, especially like
Start in your backyard right now and see how you like
yeah,
it.
grow your own food. I mean,
Yeah.
when we have kids come out, I'm like, grow your own. If you're growing one little pea plant, taking it from home from a field trip, like you're growing your own food, such a big deal. But be prepared to be disappointed when one little beetle comes and destroys
Destroys the whole thing.
It's not all fun and games.
It's not. It's hard work.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
And that's you got to be prepared for that if you're
Mhm.
going to try to do something like this.
Yeah, I get
but
those
it is-
comments about the animals. They're like, "Oh, I wish I had all these animals." I'm like, they are.
It's not a fairy tale. It's not like you're a fairy princess. And
Yeah.
I'm
Poop
not
up.
cleaning up the poop.
Snow White.
Yeah.
You're not Snow White or Cinderella. She, by the way.
Is she the
Notice how I
princess
say
here?
that. Notice how I say she has a
I
lot
am
of
the youngest,
animals.
so yeah, I guess I am the princess.
All the animals flock to you.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
They're her doing. Like the reason why
Look.
we have all of these animals.
If I'm having a
because-
bad day and I go sit in that goat pen, it changes my whole outlook of the day
Mm.
because just watching them, they don't always come up to me
Yeah.
because goats are weird like that.
personalities.
But some of them do come up to me and they want a little scratch and I give them a scratch and I forget about the nonsense I was upset about. So
Mhm.
I get what the
Awesome.
appeal is for people is being surrounded by animals.
It's calming. That's
Yeah.
why we have like dogs and cats.
Yeah.
What's your
and
excuse
comforting.
for all the chickens?
The chickens, because they're entertaining. Have you sat there and just watched them?
I mean, I have watched chickens.
I mean, they have the best gossip.
I mean, every time I walk by a pen, I'm like, those birds were not here yesterday.
We get more.
Yeah.
What?
Is that why she likes to go to Tractor Supply?
She very rarely gets birds from Tractor Supply. She gets them from
Facebook.
Facebook Marketplace on all the farm animal groups. There you
Aw.
go.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
she'll be tagged. If I see her name tagged in something, I'll be like, no,
Cut her
no
off.
more.
I
So
say
there's
no.
next funny video.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about my sister leaving the farm. I'm worried about her talking to Carl on Facebook Marketplace who has an animal or something. That could be a funny, silly video.
Yeah.
We
that
could-
feed bill is like
Yeah.
the size of a mortgage payment.
Oh,
It's
wow.
insane.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is my fault. But
Your purchasing chickens has impacted me in the following ways.
she
Is
did
this
talk
an
about
intervention? Are we having an intervention
yeah,
now?
Yeah.
we were talking about doing a video a couple days ago of
Yeah.
saying that my chicken
Like an
problem.
You two, your dynamic together is so great. You should be doing all the videos. People, this is the start of it.
I don't know. I mean, people that know us already know we're crazy. So,
Mhm.
Well, just
I mean,
prove it to the rest of the world now.
yeah, we'll just let everybody know that we're crazy.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I've now proven online that I'm crazy. So that's
You know what?
there's no denying it now.
You're having fun with it, so
Mm.
who cares?
Exactly.
You know,
Live your
and you're
life.
doing good things.
We only get one life, you
Yeah.
know?
I know.
True.
That's
That we know
Sure.
of. That we know of. I
Okay.
guess,
that is, I think, another thing that we think about. Like what we only get one life, so
what are we going to do?
what are we going to do with it? Let's give all these people, these thousands and thousands of people that come here, memory. And
Mhm.
it's not just about being outside; it's about the memories you're creating with your family. I mean, cutting a Christmas tree.
Kids never forget
picking up-
that.
No, they don't. They don't.
I mean, hence the guy from Stranger Things
Right.
remembered your farm. And
Yeah, from cutting a tree
Yeah.
down. So
Yeah.
it circles all.
Yes, the full
Mm.
full circle moments
full
are pretty
circle.
cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
they are.
And then hearing about someone who came here as a child and cut their tree down, and then they come back with their family, and they have a
Mhm.
toddler or a baby, and
Or
they're
a
like,
grandchild.
"Oh yeah, that too."
That's what I mean. When I talk to people who have been coming here since they were kids and now they're coming here with their grandchildren,
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
that's priceless.
It is.
Yeah.
And that is the perfect way to end the episode. Thank you
Great.
so much for
Yeah.
being on my podcast. I really
I
appreciate it.
know.
I'm
We
honored
enjoyed
and
it.
absolutely beautiful. All right, y'all. Before you head back out to pasture, remember, this is just people sharing opinions, not medical, legal, or business advice. The opinions expressed here don't necessarily reflect my opinions or the opinions of Dragon Creek Ranch or the Dirt and Drive podcast. Remember to always do your own research. It's okay to get your hands a little dirty, but keep your rap sheet clean. Thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed the podcast, please subscribe and leave us a review. It'll help us reach more folks.